Right, let's get started with this.
I like your glass, Gavin.
Yeah, you like that wee Corona glass?
I like
Nice,
it.
nicked from a pub.
Topical. Topical.
Right, let's go. Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Supernatural Entertainment System, the show where we experience elation over demonic striation. I'm Gavin.
I'm Philip.
I'm Jerry.
And last of all, I'm Chris.
And yes, I say we're back for a very fine, fun episode. The second of our recorded at home specials, lads. Have any of you noticed any paranormal activity in your homes now that you're staying there for longer periods?
No.
I'm going to introduce the concept of the yes and.
Yeah.
Yes, and.
Yeah, good fill in there, Chris.
No.
Nope.
Not a thing.
Nope.
If anything, less
Nope.
spooky.
But. Nope. Still
Trying to
nothing.
vamp now. I just bring it up because I myself have noticed a few things recently. Things making noises that they shouldn't, or you know, something moving in the corner of your eye. The bread bin told me to fuck off.
Were you grasping at his buns?
I was Yahoo! Yahoo! I'm going to bring that, and that's my new character. He's called Mario.
Fario.
He's my new
Legs.
character.
Cross between Fabio and Mario.
Is everyone ready for a fun show? Because we've got a very fun topic.
Yeah.
It's a very good topic.
Oh,
So much fun.
fun.
So might as well just talk very quickly about what the show's all about and how we come to, you know, a decision on the topics and all that kind of thing, you know.
How do we get closure in this podcast?
Yeah, exactly, Jerry.
Let's
See,
be
Jerry
honest,
gets it. How difficult's that?
If I
Jerry-
can get it,
Well, that's not what
Jerry can get it. Anyone
if I can get it, you chumps can get it.
So each episode we bring an example of a specific phenomena based on a pre-selected theme. The theme of this episode was anyone?
No.
The mystery. No. The mystery and the muscle.
The mystery and the muscle. How did you get on with this particular topic?
I focused on one half of that sentence
Ah, interesting.
I see.
because, to be honest, I forgot there was another half.
I
But I
don't,
don't care.
I don't think mine has a lot of mystery, but it does have a lot of muscle. So look
Yes.
forward to that.
Mhm.
I was quite keen to find something that stuck to the brief as closely as I could. So I went down a bit of a rabbit hole just looking into mollusks, like mythological mollusks.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And it's limited, and I think the only one that I could find is a French one that we did maybe in season 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's his name again?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I think you did it though, didn't you?
I think
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I did.
It's like Le Big Slug.
Le Slug Grand.
So,
Oh, but you,
Mystery.
Gavin, how did you find it?
oh no, easy man. It's like every
Oh,
episode.
right, cool. Right, no bother. Next.
So once each of us have slapped our metaphorical glands on the table, it's up to the patented Supernatural Entertainment System, Pentacle System, to stick them with pins and see whose eyes water first. Now, you're probably asking, what is the Pentacle System? Anyone?
Gavin.
What is the Pentacle System?
Chris, what did you say there?
What is the Pentacle System?
Thank you for asking. It's a 5-pronged point system that we use to determine which beast is best, and they are as follows. First up is physical strength, a category custom made for this episode's theme, just like Dominic Toretto's Dodge Charger was custom made. A hell of a machine with torque to spare, and nitrous, forget about it. In fact, don't. Because while it scares the hell out of Dom, we laugh at fear and take a shit on our haters, and that's physical strength.
Should I go next?
Sure.
Murderousness. Murderousness is kind of a big deal. I'm not going to say it's the most important one, but we're not here to judge the damned Easter Bunny. How many people, or sometimes animals, or also at times other mythical things did it kill?
Mhm.
That's murderousness.
Sounds like it. Next up is influence. Now, influence can be good like 90s TV show Bad Influence, or it can be bad as an Ant McPartlin driving under it. Either way, the thing about influence is you know it if you've got it, and these bad boys sure as shit might or might not have it. Delete as applicable.
And of course, Disgustery. Michael McIntyre month on Comedy Central. Disgustery.
Ugh,
Whole month
a whole month.
of that
Whole
prick.
That prick. Well, in that case, now we know. Now we're all fucking
That's
up
it.
to speed. Then I guess.
let's
Technical
forget-
bit or not.
One other element of the Pentacle
Yeah,
System,
of
Gavin.
course.
The
What do you mean?
wild card.
Oh, aye, fuck the wild card. Aye, it's something
Why?
that
Fuck-
can either
fuck, guy.
help or hinder a beast. We have to decide upon the wild card, and we do that, of course, by dipping our hands into Chris's veiny black sack. Now, as ever, Chris, I imagine you've got it all ready and prepared.
I pre-delved and drew out something earlier, and that something whispered to me
Uh-huh.
in unknowable, unthinking words. It said, most curvy.
Oh, most curvy.
Most
curvy.
I don't know how that's going to fit with the muscle. Don't know how it's going to
don't
fit
know.
with the mystery. But
Well, I
that's...
mean, there's a lot to be said about curves in
Food
terms
for
of being
thought.
thrown a curveball in the mystery, perhaps,
Mhm.
or the curves of a beautiful bicep.
Indeed.
Just saying.
Indeed.
Or can he say?
Can I say anything anymore, mate?
Can he fucking say
I
anything
Anything
anymore?
can't even make a fucking joke anymore.
I'm only fucking joking. Don't start. Before we get,
You get really into that RP there. That was really good.
that's one of my favourite things to do when someone's coming to my door is to say that to Lindsay as I'm going to get the door. Oh, don't fucking start, and then just open the door and be like, oh yeah,
Hiya.
like, oh, fuck. They're in the middle of something.
This big bastard's angry.
He's an angry big bastard.
Play
why
some
the
audio
bread
of a
bins are
dog
after you.
barking.
So I think it's time that we started to look into the what's been going on in the world of the supernatural with some supernatural news. Does anyone have any sort of thing they...
Oh,
Yep, Phil?
I have news, Gavin.
Oh, no, I was going to say, does anyone have any objections to us going into the news?
No.
Oh, okay, in that case, please
God,
continue.
no.
Please continue in that case.
Welcome to my news story, guys. This one comes from the Mirror.
Mir.
The mirror.
The mirror.
Zerkalo in Russian.
This is another good one where it's like, do I have to find some news and then go away and try and rewrite it so it's a bit funnier, punch it up with a couple of laughs and things like that? But as is so often in the Mirror, they do that for you, so you don't have to touch it at all. So
Well, that's
here
good.
we
So you
go.
just left it wholesale, yeah?
Here we go as I read verbatim. Headline. Mum freaked out as haunted frozen doll returns to house after she binned it twice.
No.
That's right. A family has been left feeling rather freaked out after one of their daughter's Christmas presents returned to their home after being put in the bin twice. They like the fact it's been happening twice. That's a big deal.
Me too.
Now, it's no secret that dolls can be pretty creepy. We've seen enough horror films to know that. They're putting a wee bit of a couple
Yeah.
of apps in there
Some
themselves.
affiliate links to Amazon in the middle of the story.
But let me tell you, boys, the one thing we didn't think would prove quite so scary is a Disney toy.
What?
But one woman has been left terrified of a piece of frozen merchandise as her young child was given for Christmas. The mum from Houston has taken to social media to reveal why she believes her daughter, Oriella, has a haunted Elsa doll. In a viral post put on Facebook that's since been deleted, so read into that what you will, conspiracy theorists.
Yes. They got to.
Big doll.
Yep. Big Disney.
Emily, the mother of the Oriella, explained that the toy first started to freak them out when it began to sing and talk in Spanish when turned off.
No.
Yep. She and her husband Matt decided to throw the doll out with their daughter's blessing. But since then, it's found its way back to their home, not once, but twice.
Twice. A lot of SEO around twice.
Yeah.
Emily wrote, Matt threw it away weeks ago, but then we found it inside a wooden bench. Okay, so we were weirded out, and tightly wrapped it in its own garbage bag and put that garbage bag inside another garbage bag filled with other garbage and put it in the bottom of our garbage underneath a bunch of other bags of garbage and wheeled it to the curb where it's collected
Twice.
on Garbage Day.
It was inside a duck, which was inside a hound.
It's one of those Christmas meat nightmares.
The Koshi.
Koshi, yes, that's it.
The family then went on holiday, thinking the whole thing was behind them. But when they returned home, gasp, the doll was back. We were out of town, forgot about it. Today, Oriella says, Mum, I saw the Elsa doll again in the backyard. She continued, what? All in caps? What?
Bullshit, Oriella.
After throwing it away didn't work out, Emily decided the only way to be rid of the thing for good was to send it far, far away.
Mm-hmm.
So she posted it to her friend Chris, just Chris, who lives over 1,500 miles away from them, but had been entertained by the tale of the haunted doll. She confirmed that Chris has since received Elsa and has taped her, to the bonnet of his car to stop it from going anywhere.
Wow, perfectly normal behaviour. I think.
Hang on, if someone's mailing you a haunted doll,
Mm.
and like this doll could be haunted, treat it right.
I don't know. I think first thing
Chris
you
has
do
no
is
respect.
you send it back to the neighbour.
Yeah,
And then
if
they
you're
throw
being
it into the garden.
a dick about it, send it back. But if you're like, oh, I've received this haunted item,
Yeah.
Yeah, send
Nice
it to the
little-
neighbour and say, for the person, and they'll be, oh, that's for next door, I'll just leave it on their doorstep.
No, the first thing you do whenever you receive a cursed item, Jerry, is to enrage it.
Mm.
brilliant. Poke it
Poke
with
it.
fire,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
frozen
mean, that's-
shite.
Frozen shite.
Your sister's
Name
evil
way bueno
powers.
or whatever it is.
Exactly. So there you go. News. Anybody else got any news?
Yeah, I've got some news very similar to
Yeah, he
Phil's,
does.
in as much as I was going to like sort of get a story and then think I'll polish it up a little bit, lift it for you guys. But again, the sun, given gold, right?
They have their
So-
own experts.
Very similar to Phil, just straight from the sun. A pensioner, all caps. A pensioner is haunted by a ghost who keeps flushing the toilet. Emily Sparks, 83, said the spirit called Joyce also pulled her hair as she slept until she started wearing a hat to bed. She spent almost £100 on 2 nights in a travel lodge just to get some relief. But Joyce even followed her there.
Oh, no.
Emily said, she's attracted to my energy. She's leeching off me, but she couldn't work the toilet there. Emily moved into the flat in Writtle, Essex in 2011. She later found out a woman died there 2 years before she moved in. She also learned that a previous occupant had fled. Emily, who claims to be psychic, said Joyce is about 5'3" and wears a mustard-coloured cardigan and a skirt. She started switching off her TV and lights and began for hours on end.
Terrifying.
So yeah,
So, I think obviously the people listening to the podcast don't get to see the video element of it, but Jerry's really eye-fucking the camera.
Yeah, I was just going for it.
No two ways about it.
I'll take it wherever I can get it.
Well, I think that shows two things. What I think this woman should be doing is a bit of advice corner, Gavin's advice corner.
Cool. Yeah,
Mm.
please.
Jack.
What kind of mechanism did they have at the Premier Inn that that the ghost couldn't use? Get that installed in your own house.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
Job one.
2 nights for under £100. That's
It's all right.
great.
Want to watch?
That's fantastic value.
Was it a
And a
travel,
travel
lodge?
lodge?
It was a travel lodge. Travel lodges are
travel lodge?
shite.
Aye, but for 2 nights for £100
I'm
depends
not
on where
arguing-
she stays.
I'm not arguing with that, Gavin. It's a deal.
Hey,
It's
can we
a-
just
It's a bargain.
Especially-
can we
Listen,
just agree it's a
listen.
deal?
Midweek. That's all right.
It's all right. Chances are the flush just didn't work in the travel lodge.
That's true. They are
Well,
shite.
yeah, that's true.
I have a news story that I'd like to share with you,
Please.
which is from The Mirror, a tabloid newspaper.
Wow. You guys
Uh,
are really going for the classy news.
I want a job at the Mirror.
Yeah. It's weird that like the Telegraph and the Guardian don't have a supernatural beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guardian / Weird Dash News.
Aye, almost as if, I don't know. Now, without going too deep into the situation, we've all been spending a lot more time at home, a lot of self-isolating, and thank God for our families, our networks of friends, and our creature comforts that surround us. I, of course, have my art. Jerry throws himself into his exercise. Chris finds solace in his family. And, of course, Phil.
Hello.
But what if we didn't have those creature comforts? What if we were snowbound in an abandoned Californian mining town that we'd bought just because we were trying to be fucking smart? Brett Underwood is dealing with exactly that. Just saying in case you thought this was a hypothetical situation. No, it's my news for the show. He was taken in by the town's very sordid past. Apparently it was left to govern itself in the 1800s, and that resulted in a murder a week. Lawlessness and a lack of safety procedures brought many a man to his grave and many a mine shaft down on an unsuspecting, no doubt, absolutely shit-faced head. This has led to many spooky sightings, some of which have been seen by Brent himself. Now, after buying the place, he planned to renovate and share the town's tale with tourists. He went to take a look at the place, planning to stay for a few nights, and then the snow came.
Mm.
Oh, no.
The rain came down and the floods went up. 4 straight days of snow, and he was trapped. Weeks have passed with his closest neighbours being over 20 miles away, no running water, his fresh food supplies running out fast, and not to make sure that this is actually getting worse for him, fucking ghosts.
Oh,
Oofed.
Yep.
Oofed.
Things are moving around. I'm seeing curtains move. I'm hearing things in the night. There's no draft, but things drop inside of houses. He said, I stay in the room with the child ghosts, and I've yet to see them.
That's a bold choice.
Aye. Now, far be it from me to suggest that when you buy a town, you should not sleep in the one room where there are meant to be the ghosts of children. That is just asking for bother. Or an
he's got a whole
inspection.
town.
Hmm?
He's got a whole town. He's like, I think I'll just keep in this gym, this school gymnasium.
Exactly.
So-
This burial ground.
Let me just sleep in the Savile wing of this house.
Operation Boo Tree.
Hey!
Yes.
That was good.
Anyways, look, the guy's still there and they might die up there. So,
Is that right? Still there?
aye, still there.
So, good.
Good.
He
I like
deserves
his,
no less.
his perseverance.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, unless anyone has any other news. Chris is shaking his head stoically there.
No news from Chris.
No news for Chris.
You know what they say.
Shaking
No
his
news
chin
is good
at us.
news.
No news is good news. From Chris.
I don't need a better angle.
It's not good content.
It doesn't matter who,
Good news.
Chris, you are by far the most gorgeous man I've ever seen, and even this angle's just doing
Yes.
nothing for you.
It's not. I know.
Phil, please don't screw up your face.
What? I didn't realise I was still on camera. Sorry.
So, with that being said, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the show. We're each going to bring an example of our specific phenomena based on the mystery in the muscle.
Mm.
You want to do that? Do you want to?
Mm.
This is my new thing for the show as the host. Do you like that? Asking for everyone's consent.
Consent's important.
Consent
Yeah,
is
It's
important.
important.
Everyone okay with that?
Makes me feel bad about
I'm
the previous
okay with
ones,
that.
but yeah,
Jerry,
this
please.
is playing really well in the audio. This
We're
video
all,
marking.
all about fucking video now. Fuck the people listening
Exactly.
on
Fuck
the podcast.
Think how good the Patreons are going to feel about seeing this.
Oh my god, they're going to bust a nut.
Think of the low frame rate gold you're all missing out on.
Don't read these, guys.
That's from my work.
That's for work.
Dollar
Probably
well spent.
slightly sensitive.
Phil's just written his PIN number individually on 4 post-its.
Oh,
My CVV. Okay, so let's stop having fun and get into it.
Oh God.
Yep.
Okay, so I can add a wee boom in there. Let's look at your muscles, man.
Nope.
Let's pull,
None.
pull them up, man. Pull it up. Let's see it. Yes,
Hardly
look at
any.
that. Look at the striation, man. I see it. I see the differentiation between muscle and fat.
the definition.
Well, since I broke my toe, I don't think I'm going to be running or fucking working out for a while. So,
Do
Is
you
that
think
confirmed?
is it a broke toe?
well, to be honest, I looked up the NHS website and they're like, whether it's a broke toe or not, don't fucking come and see us.
Yeah, you don't.
So,
You can tell it's a broke
Aye.
toe. And have you broke a toe before?
I don't know.
Because what happens
Probably
with a
not.
broken toe is like, see when you stave it, right? There's a point where it peaks, like it's sore as fuck, and then after like 5 minutes, it starts to peter out.
Yeah.
A broke toe doesn't. It just keeps doing that and it stays up here
Yeah.
for like an hour.
So it sounds about right. Didn't sleep much last night because it kept like touching the covers.
Yes,
and
that's
stuff.
broken.
So
Absolutely
it's
broken.
Pretty. Aye.
There's fuck all you can do about it. You just have to tape it up and just hope that, and then spend the next week with everyone stepping on it. 'Cause that's how it works.
Exactly. Just trapped in the house with a fucking toddler and a dog. It's just they just keep standing on it or keep kicking toys. It's cool.
Somebody clean up these fucking toys. Right, let's get back to this horse shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not editing the video, so this is people are seeing all this.
They've seen that a vape.
And your CVV. Try his password. Vapes is good.
Vape King.
Blueberry Muffin 420 or whatever the fuck it is.
I'll have you know it's mango.
Well, time for these men to go into the next section of the show.
Please do.
In fact, someone else wanted to do, and we're back. And then who's going to go first then?
Would anyone like to go first? Chris will go first.
I'll go first.
Chris will go first in a
Let me get it.
shocking change of events.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get used to it, boys. Right, who wants to do the and you back?
I shall hand you back. And we're back. Now it is time for the main event. The first of the 4 beasts to fight today. Christopher, please.
Thank you. So let me tell you, I sat down to research this, and once I quickly ripped through all the usual search terms, I flourished there, all the usual search terms to try and find some big, grotesque, muscular monstrosity. You know, the kind of thing. So after 10 to 13 seconds, my concentration waned out, and I just Googled Slain from the 2000 AD comics. For those that don't know, Slain is a Celtic barbarian type character who experiences powerful warp spasms that distort his body into grotesque shapes, all muscle, veins, perfect for this fucking disgustery, off the charts, murderousness, the likes of which you've rarely seen, physical strength that makes a Shire horse look like a fucking
Ordinary
seahorse,
horse.
fucking influence. The man's the king of a tribe. But Slain is fictitious. Kinda. He is a character based on, a myth. Cuchulainn. But surely Cuchulainn doesn't, fucking warp spasm. Turns out he does. He warp spasms. Warp spasm is literally a translation from the ancient Celt texts. Honestly,
you're making this up, Chris. This is no, and I'm not
warp
accepting
spasm.
this.
Yep.
Is anyone else worried that when Chris pressed on his keyboard, he stopped the recording?
No, it's still going. Going.
Good. Carry on.
But surely Cuchulainn is not as batshit as the 2000 AD stories. Surely not. Again, he absolutely is. And the stories are fucking magnificent. So one day, Cuchulainn got a chariot and heads off to fight these 3 lads who've been claiming to have killed more Ulstermen than they are currently alive Ulstermen. So he gets these 3 guys, goes into a warp spasm, and kills the 3 of them. And that's just the start. I mean, this is
just how it begins.
Yeah, this is how it begins.
3 dead Ulstermen and a warp spasm.
So
there may be some people out there, Chris, and
yes.
Forgive me at this point for trampling over your story, who might not know what a warp spasm is.
Thank you, Gavin. So warp spasm is when he goes absolutely rage. Muscles ripping, tendrils. He just becomes a massive, grotesque, muscular psychopath that does not know friend from foe.
Jerry?
That's cleared up. Yeah, it seems like a sort of a Celtic tiger spin on Berserker.
Kind of. I do give. There's a good quote of the warp spasm a bit later on. Anyway, he does this warp spasm and kills these 3 boys. But he's coming back to the town, and they see him coming, and they're like, "He's still fucking warp spasmy. Shit, we're all fucked. This isn't good." So, we're all fucked, exactly.
Is that also translated from the native Celtic?
No, that's a bit of a flourish. So what they do to get him to calm down They send all the ladies of the town out,
Right?
and they all flash him and bare their breasts.
That'll calm him down.
Exactly. For some reason, he averts his eyes because he doesn't want to see these naked breasts,
Man
despite
of honor.
most other stories being just about him chasing naked breasts. He averts his eyes on this occasion, and that gives the men of the town a chance to jump on him. So they jump on him, and they grab him, and they think, how do we get him out of this warp spasm? So they duke him in a barrel of water. His skin is so hot that the barrel explodes.
Oh, sugar.
So they're like, shit, what do we do now? So they duke him in another barrel of water. This one just boils. And they're like, fuck, what do we do now? So they duke him in another barrel of water. And this one warms to a comfortable temperature. And the town
Nice bath
survives.
temperature.
Exactly. That's story one. Story two
Oh,
to
good.
hit you with the disgusting.
good.
After one particular arduous combat, Cuchulainn lies severely wounded and is visited by his dad, the god Lug, who tells him that he's his father and heals his wounds. When Cuchulainn wakes up, he sees that the boy troop of Emin Macha have attacked the army and been slaughtered, and he has his most spectacular warp spasm yet.
Jerry loves
First-
a warp spasm. Man.
He loves a good
I
warp
can't get off
spasm. The first warp spasm seized Cuchulainn and made him into a monstrous thing. And this is verbatim, by the way. This is from a translation of the text. Turns him into a monstrous thing, hideous and shapeless, unheard of. His shanks and his joints, every knuckle and angle, an organ from head to foot, shook like a tree in the flood or a reed in the stream. His body made a furious twist inside his skin so that his feet and shins switched to the rear and his heels and calves switched to the front.
Yeah.
On his head, the temple sinews stretched to the nape of his neck, each mighty, immense, measurable knob as big as...
Couldn't say no.
yeah. Right, go to that one again.
No.
No, let's keep going.
Either way, it's staying in.
Yeah, I mean, this
No,
this
just
is
needs
like
to
a
deliver it
5 barrel.
better.
This one.
On his head, the temple sinews stretched to the nape of his neck, each mighty, immense, measurable knob as big as the head of a month-old child. He sucked one eye so deep into his head that a wild crane couldn't probe it out of his cheek, out of the depths of his skull. The other eye fell along his cheek, his mouth weirdly distorted, his cheeks peeling back from his jaws until his gullet appeared, his lungs and his liver flapping about in his mouth and throat. His lower jaw struck the upper lion-killing blow, and fiery flakes large as a man's head reached his mouth from his throat. The hair of his head twisted like a tangle, and a red thorn bush stuck in a gap. If a royal apple tree with all its kingly fruit were shaken above him, scarce an apple would reach the ground, but each would be spiked on a bristle of hair that stood up on his scalp with rage.
Fuck me.
That is a literal translation of a passage. He's fucking absolutely bonkers. So basically, in his warp spasm, he kills the army, hundreds, and builds walls with a body. And that, boys, is only a fucking glimpse into the insanity of Cuchulainn.
Thank you, Chris. That was
That's a ride.
That was a ride. Jeez.
Wild. It's
My
wild.
heart is
Honestly,
pounding.
it's worth reading the Wikipedia in its entirety.
I don't need to. Not now.
You do, because that is honestly
Oh,
two shrunk down tales.
for even like a small part, you could just be like, I would really recommend that you look into this guy, or you read some of the books that have been written about Cuchulainn. No, I suggest you read the Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
I can strongly recommend.
I can strongly recommend Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's very good.
Fantastic website.
Or even the Slain comics, maybe.
Yeah,
Or maybe the Sling comics.
yeah. If you want to see what a warp spasm looks like, you know.
If you're into Wayne comic shit and that.
If we can, let's flash up a lot of Simon Bisley art through this.
If Simon Bisley art.
Okay, well, that's great for the people obviously on video. Do you like my pervert's hat?
Oh, it's very pervert. All you need is like glasses that change tint in sunlight.
Yeah, I love
Yes.
this hat. Like I got it a while back, and I didn't realize it was this style of hat. It was like a free gift along with a T-shirt. They were like, "We'll send you a hat," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." Wow, it's a pervert's hat.
What's
Gavin,
the
for the
messaging?
people. Oh, what's the branding?
It's Riptide Wrestling.
And if you had to describe it to those listening, Gavin, how would you describe a pervert's hat? I suppose everyone can see what they think's a pervert's hat, but what are we seeing as a pervert's hat?
It's like a baseball cap, but it's very floppy, and it's the colour of antibiotics.
To me, it feels like when certain men hit a certain age, and it's all sort of like cream chinos and white trainers and and sports jackets, and they're wearing like a cream baseball cap. That's the vibe of it.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I do enjoy wearing it.
It looks like somebody's first attempt at making a baseball cap.
Yeah, it's a really bad baseball cap.
I've seen these. I get the idea of it.
Would you call the things with the duck bill? Would you call them? I'm going to make one.
A duck.
A goose. Okay, so who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Give it to me, baby.
Please, Jerry.
Okay. My beast, I give you the Oni shooting Doji. Now, I ask you, how long is an average human pregnancy?
No one knows.
No one knows. Well, for my beast at the start of his life, born to a normal human mother, Oni shooting Doji did a 16-month stretch at his mother's pleasure. An extra 7 by my reckoning, and a very long time, we can all agree. When he did decide to disembark, he came out with a full head of hair, a mouthful of jagged teeth, and an ass full of sass. He could immediately talk, saying things like, "I am a beast god," and asking you to kneel down before me. Quote, like a 5-year-old. His wisdom, though, his wisdom was said to be that of a 16-year-old. And as a toddler, he also had the physical strength of a 16-year-old. And those fuckers can be strong. Now, why did such a young lad have such a ripped bod and sweet brain? The answer is that he was born an Oni, a Japanese demon, as serious as a 4-minute late bullet train. Now, how does this come about, you ask? Well, the Oni is an ancient beast who arrives on Earth only when the baddest bastards die. Oni are born when the truly wicked humans pop their clogs and end up in one of the many Buddhist hells. Here, the merely wicked are separated from the meanest mofos, and the meanest mofos are sent back on Earth to do it all again as Oni. So what does a proper adult Oni look like? Well, they're very tall, as much as 9 feet when fully grown, and occasionally as tall as a tree when the Oni has growth hormone issues. They usually have red or blue skin, crazy wild locks upside their head, 2 massive horns, and huge fangy teeth. They are also massively strong, able to do 1 chin-up. And as if this wasn't enough, many are skilled magicians too. One source called them ferocious demons, bringers of disaster, spreaders of disease, and punishers of the damned in hell. Anyways, back to young Oni shooting Doji. As you can imagine, who's a right little bastard and was dinghied by prospective pals at school as they could smell the Oni off him. He was such a wee fanny that his parents abandoned him when he was 6. They dumped him at a well-dodgy orphanage, but the chief priest of the temple was a, quote, user of unorthodox practices, basically an Oni worshipper, and the child's fate was sealed. First, his natural strength and precociousness was accelerated, then his horns grew, and finally he grew mahusive, leveling up and gaining full Oni status. Now let's move forward 10 years after his miseducation, when people were going missing in Kyoto, mostly young women. Had Shuten's massive fingerprints all over it. He'd kidnapped, killed and eaten 50, count them, 50 young women in Kyoto in what locals at the time called a prize-winning amount of murderousness. The Kyoto Massive weren't having this and sent a folk hero out to make his bones by killing our Shuten. This folk hero did the usual thing of getting into a series of improbable japes and scrapes before finally meeting Shuten, who, in a complete power move, welcomed his would-be assassin.
Ooh.
Shuten was a good host, getting the booze out for the wee snide from Kyoto. Living up to his name as Oni Shuten Dojo means sake-drinking lad demon. What a lad he was, right up to the moment when the assassin slipped drugs into his sake, then called on honors from 4 gods to hold Oni Shuten Doji down. Only then did they have the upper hand and so cut off Shuten's head, but the head did not die and continued to fight, biting and snarling at their wee bums until they finally quietened him with the 100th blow of the ancient Japanese katana. So that's a sake-drinking lad, a demon reborn from the baddest of bad bastards, a 9-foot-tall, red-skinned, horned beast who gets the rounds in, likes to kill and eat women, and needs to be put down by 4 gods. I give you Oni Shuten Doji.
Oof.
My God.
Very nice.
Big Oni.
Very scary. Aye, big Oni.
Oh, I tell you
Yeah,
what.
Oni Shuten Doji, lads. Serious guy.
That took it all out of me, man. That was so good it took it all out of me, Jerry.
It broke
I'm
my
glad.
back.
Broke my heart a wee bit.
My back.
Made
I
me
think-
humble.
We're going to need a little bit of fun.
Just a little bit though. A little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay, well, I'm in. Who's got fun? I've got some fun if you don't mind.
I think we should have one fun now and save one fun for the Patreon timed exclusive
Mm.
episode.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll have a very quick quiz. I think would be a nice little sorbet
Please.
Quiz
before
me
we
up,
get
Gavin.
into the next part. Now, the theme of this episode is mystery in the muscle. So I started to think about a game that could possibly merge these two together. I started to think about the two most respected people in those respective categories. So what I'm going to do in this quiz, I'm going to give you a quote. Then I'm going to ask each of you to tell me whether it's Ferrigno or Poirot. Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Close
Okay.
enough.
Yep. Very
Yep.
close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first up, first quote. Tell me if this is Ferrigno or Poirot. Your attitude is very important. Your behaviour radiates how you feel.
Mm.
Now, I'm going to start with Phil. Do you think that was
I'm going to say that's
Ferrigno.
Ferrigno.
okay? Jerry?
I would agree. I think that's the words of a man self-taught and muscly.
Okay. And Chris last.
I agree full-heartedly. It's
Ferrigno.
We've got a full
Ferrigno, yeah.
Ferrigno.
Ferrigno.
Well, you were all correct. That was Lou Ferrigno. Let me just put in PKG. because we all got
PKG.
it. Next
PKG.
one. If you're going to try and hide something, sooner or later, people are going to find out. Is that Lou Ferrigno or was it Poirot?
I'm going to say Poirot.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back in for Ferrigno. I think Poirot would have said that more. I don't know, it's a bit of juge, a bit of, as the French say, I don't know what. And I know Poirot's Belgian. Just to be clear.
Before the
But I
letters
think
come
that was
in.
Ferrigno.
I'm also going to say it's Poirot.
It was Lou Ferrigno. Jerry gets the point.
Ah,
Was it? Jeez.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Next. One does not, employ merely the muscles. Is it enough for me to sit back in my chair and think? Was that Poirot or was it Lou Ferrigno? Phil.
it was Lou.
It was Lou. Jerry
I think it's Belgium's number one, Hercule Poirot.
and Christopher.
I think it's Big Lou. Big Louis.
It was Poirot. Jerry takes it again.
Oh, Jerry.
Jesus, Joni.
There's no lights on the Christmas tree, Mama. They're burning Big Louis tonight.
I, like an audience, I must confess. I am vain, you see. I am puffed up with conceit. Now, was that Lou Ferrigno or was it Poirot? Philip.
Poirot.
Jerry
Poirot.
and Christopher.
Big Louis.
It was Poirot, I'm afraid. That's a point for.
Man.
And we've got a final question.
Thought we'd have done better here.
Was this Poirot or Lou Ferrigno? Arnold.
Poirot.
Arnold. I want to be him. Philip.
I'm enjoying how measured this quiz is.
It's very low key, isn't it?
Uh-huh. I'm going to say that was Lou Ferrigno.
Mm-hmm. Jerry
Thank you.
I'm going to go with Louis Ferrigno too. Big Louis Ferrigno. LF.
and Christopher.
I'm going to say Poirot because I haven't got one right so far, so why fucking start now?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that means that Jerry is the winner of the quiz with a clean sweep, got them all right, and Chris got them all wrong and fell dead average.
Welcome.
Yay!
Way.
Whoa, fun.
Whoa.
That's me refreshed.
We had so much fun with
so
that there.
fresh.
Oh,
Boku
Gavin?
fun.
would you like to go first or second? I'll give you the option.
I'll go first if that's okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Is Jerry having some chocolate?
Just pop them on mute.
I'm not having any. Nothing. I've eaten all the chocolate in him.
I can't believe you eat chocolate, man.
It's very low sugar dark chocolate.
I somehow knew it would be.
Yeah. Like
So-
$2.50 a bar or something ridiculous. Carry on.
Yeah, you can afford it.
Fuck all.
I kind of went biblical on this one, folks.
Oh, aye.
This is the kind of story that has the slightest tinge of the truth, behind it because it's established by the holiest, most revered of tomes, the fucking Bible.
Oofed. Big Daddy Cannon.
Exactly. Astaroth is the great
Yes.
Duke of Hell. A top-tier effort, this lad. Part of the evil trinity with Beelzebub and Lucifer.
Oh, aye.
Oofed.
Yeah. Astaroth is as mean as it gets. Meaner than a wank in the bath. Meaner than Jack Nicholson in Glasgow Airport that time. Dutch demonologist Johann Wehr described Astaroth in his 1577 book, The Pseudomonarchia Demonum, or False Monarchy of Demons, as a great and strong duke, coming forth in the shape of a foul angel, sitting upon an infernal dragon, carrying on his right hand a viper and a face like Fizz. His muscular body is renowned for its feats of strength, taming the very dragon, in which he rides over the demonic structures and lava castles, looking down on the pitiful souls trapped in the hellish domain and chuckling away as he opens another Karamak. He's been known to wrestle, taking on all necrotic newcomers and generally being a bit of a beast. So a Duke of Hell sounds fancy, but what is the job description? Sounds kind of highfalutin, you know? What does he actually do? I didn't vote for him. Does he know the price of a loaf of bread, etc.? Well, Astaroth, like all demons, looks to corrupt the human soul. Astaroth's particular trick is to beguile and confuse his targets, warping their minds and generally being mysterious. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Preys on those who would fall victim to laziness, that's Chris. Self-doubt, that's Phil. Rationalised philosophies, that's Phil. His holy counterpart, St. Bartholomew, is usually nearby, real nearby, being able to resist all temptations Astaroth has laid before him. He sounds good, but you know what these saints are like. Take a hash off you and then smoke it themselves. When he's not directly being a bad bastard, Astaroth likes to teach mathematical sciences and handicrafts. Way to save money around the house and the like. He can make deals for your mortal soul, Jerry, and he can make you invisible or lead you to hidden treasures. He could give you the power over serpents as well, if you were so inclined. If you wanted to say, like, you know, go over
That's
there
fun.
to a snake, they'd probably do it.
Handy.
Yeah. Astaroth is also capable of answering any question that's presented to him. So, like Chris, he has an answer for fucking everything. Fact, he is the strongest in August for some reason. Stories tell of Astaroth being approached by a conjurer who had to wear a magical ring to protect him from the demon's absolutely honking breath. Imagine having a breath so bad that folks need to resort to third-party accessories. So this muscle-bound Adonis likes to shroud himself in mystery, and that is, to be honest, as close as I'm going to get to the theme of this show. So thanks.
Well done. That was exciting.
Good stuff.
Spectacular.
Astaroth,
Spectacular.
man.
Astaroth.
Astaroth will forever, for me, be stuck to the star of Astaroth from Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
I always think of Astaroth, the character from Soul Calibur.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyone else got any Astaroth memories?
No, that's the two.
I think, was he not one of the characters in Final Fantasy?
You're thinking of Dave Lee Roth.
I'm thinking of Dave Lee Roth.
I will say
Sephiroth.
I did Sephiroth is one. I looked
Sephiroth,
into
yeah.
the beasts, the kind of biblical beasts, and they all seem to have part-time jobs.
Yeah, they can't just do the one thing of like being a demon in hell. They also have to do, you know, like he's teaching
They all teach math.
mathematical
A side
sciences.
hustle.
You can
Everyone-
tell
everyone
what
needs
they
a side
thought
hustle
of,
these
you can
days,
tell
man.
they thought of learning back in the old days.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
He's just out there getting that bread, Jerry.
Oh yeah,
Just get
Getting
that bread
paid.
driving an Uber.
Philip John Madison, do you mind
Hello.
taking us through? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Taking us
Well,
through.
take us to
from-
hell.
Belarus. Okay, so tonight, Matthew, I have brought Amala. Amala is originally born from Native American mythology. Amala shares a lot of traits with the more commonly Western tale of Cinderella. The name Amala, it means smoke hole. Amala was called this because he was basically a filthy wee mink of a guy. I'm not saying this is directly related, but this is just of the few. As you'll know yourselves, boys, Native American mythology is a spoken mythology. It's very rarely written down. So the facts, frankly, were scant.
Up all night listening
But
to stuff.
that's never stopped us.
That's never stopped us from
If
filling in the
anything.
blanks in the past. One of the few things that they do clarify in it was that he was the youngest child in his family.
Mhm.
He was lazy
Mhm.
and he was physically weak.
Oh.
And In some accounts, it says that Amala slept in a bed of his own piss mixed with ashes from the fire.
Jeez, oh.
Sounds pretty mysterious, man. You.
But precise. Mysterious.
Sounds like the kind of everyone knew a Jakey like this at primary school.
Exactly. It's very relatable. But you'll notice so far, no muscles.
No muscles.
Yeah, well, why did you bring this?
Just wait. Nobody liked Amala, and for good reason. At least Cinderella was nice to mice. But again, in a fashion that is not explained on the internet, Amala managed to gain fantastic powers, including that of super strength.
No.
Was it a gift from the great wizard Sitarak? I'm guessing probably. So anyway, after Amala found the Crimson Gem of Sitarak, empowering him with mystical energies and transforming him into a beautiful, powerful young man. I'm talking super strong, like stronger than any other thing that's been brought today. He kept his true identity a secret for reasons completely unknown, because he spent his whole time basically staying in his own village where he grew up, helping the people who previously would throw scorn upon him.
Oh, see, that's good.
Showing once again that beauty does make a person better. He performs daring deeds. He becomes the savior and protector of his family and their village. He's lifting heavy stuff. He's looking good all the time. He's destroying enemies with his bare hands, rending flesh from bone. Word of Amala's great feats began to spread across the lands. They eventually fall onto the ears of a very special old chief living on a distant island. The chief is dying, boys.
Oh.
And he had no children of his own.
Nothing else to do.
So he commands his tribesmen to go forth and find Amala. And he begs them to bring him back to him, to meet with him as his dying wish. His tribesmen go out into the world, and eventually they find Amala. They have a word in his ear. And he, being a big smashing guy, decides he's going to go and visit the chief's island to learn a bit more about what the chief actually wants and needs. Amala travels for days and days until he finally reaches the island. He disembarks to cheers from the riotous crowd. The throng part to allow the old chief to approach Amala. And as the two meet face to face, the dying chief beckons Amala to lie down on the ground. Out of politeness, Amala does as commanded. The chief then balances a long pole onto Amala's chest, walks away, and dies. Amala didn't see the chief collapse, unfortunately, because his focus was on the long pole that was placed on his chest. His eyes followed its length, seemingly forever, until he realised that on the end of that pole rested the earth itself.
Oh, fuck.
What?
Oh, no.
Pressure.
It said that should Amala ever drop the pole or die, the earth will topple off, killing the Lotties.
Cool.
Thankfully,
Don't want that,
I'm happy to just let you all know that he's still holding the pole up. But what's his secret? How's he managed to do that for so long?
How does he relax?
He can't move. It's got a heart. Well, let me tell you. On the same day every year, a servant approaches Amala. The servant then massages a viscous mixture of duck grease and wild duck oil into Amala's supple, vulnerable body. His fingers delving into each and every inch of Amala's tight frame, exploring him, savouring him, praising at the altar of the male form. Sweat and oil mix. The movement of the servant's hands become less practiced and more passionate as responsibility gives way to desire. The servant's breath shortens as he takes Amala's thick manhood into his hands. Taken aback by its weight and heat, he lifts the oiled root to admire Amala's balls. They look delicious. And that's Amala.
Wow.
I'm salivating. Why am I?
That's it.
Why am I dribbling?
I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I kind of blacked
my.
out for a while. Oh.
Must
I'm
be the
back.
duck grease.
So there you go. That's our beasts, guys. We've got 4 magnificent beasts parading around the paddock.
Trotting around. The heads held high.
I remembered about the paddock halfway through saying that and made myself laugh. 4 magnificent beasts braying and galloping around in the paddock. It's now time to
inflamed.
now time to wrangle them down, get a good look at their undercarriages, and judge which one's the best.
Well, let's do that. and then we'll come back with the results of each of the categories. Okay, so
Good.
this will be video content that people will never have seen before. The deliberation.
Oh,
Behind the scenes.
get ready to watch people type.
This is the cool shit that no one gets to see.
That Jim Carrey gif.
Down. Okay, so physical strength. Who takes physical strength?
I think Phil's takes physical strength.
Well,
Holding up the
yeah,
earth.
I've got to admit, it's holding
Holding up the earth.
Holding up the earth.
Okay. That's fine.
Next.
Murderousness.
Mine has killed scores.
It might be
Hundreds.
Chris. But
With all the
Jerry,
warp spasms.
Jerry had some numbers there as well.
50 confirmed kills.
50.
50 confirmed kills.
Confirmed kills. Sent out police mission to take him down.
I'm pretty sure Cook Lane killed more women on one day for laughing at him. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no paperwork involved.
There's no paperwork.
Kyoto have dockets.
They got dockets.
I mean, we're not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the arbiter here. I'm not the person that says, which way it goes. I'm not your leader. I'm not your boss. I'm not saying that I'm your boss. Right?
That's up to you.
That's up to exactly. That's up to you. But I feel that we've never been a group that's been bound by the laws of the land.
No.
Obviously, the warp spasm thing. Very good. Just talking about warp spasms for about 10 minutes. What's a warp spasm? Oh, aye, it's you need to figure this out between yourselves, boys.
No, I think if you're I want to do this. If your legend says dozens, then that covers it.
Yeah,
even though dozens might be 24.
He kills hundreds and loads
go
of
for
stories.
Go for it. You have one murderousness. You bitch.
Next up is, of course, Disgustery. Who takes Disgustery?
That's got to be Chris as well.
Probably me as well.
I'd say so. And
Influence.
Hang on, Phil's just quite disgusting at the start of the career before he got beautiful.
It's true. It's true.
I think maybe an honourable mention.
Disgusting.
Chris wins, but then
a wee guy.
Just a wee mink.
That's all.
It's not compared to a fucking warp spasm.
who didn't sleep in piss and ashes?
We've all done it.
Here's what I'm thinking is, and don't take this the wrong way, but I think that Jerry's hotting over that murderousness one, and he's trying to keep Chris from winning the show.
No, I did say Chris wins it, but Phil gets to be honourable mention. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, what's so who's winning influence then?
Who's got influence?
I think Astaroth's got to have influence.
Yeah,
it's fucking Astaroth.
The Bible.
He does have influence over,
the Western canon.
Yeah, it's the Bible over Earth.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I wasn't even putting my guys forward, actually. Let's go back to start with physical strength. We can go for Astaroth. That means we've got we'll get influence, and then if we do the wild card.
Yeah, who's most curvy?
Not me, certainly.
To be honest, probably Phil's. Phil's does have a meaty, lovely body.
Can we figure out a way to give it to Jerry so we don't have to do a fucking metal thing?
No.
Harvey.
Most curvy.
Jerry, give us your pitch on curviness.
What for shooting Doji? He's not actually very curvy. He's all horns and shit.
Are his horns curved?
The curved horns of the Oni.
The only beast that could be measured using an actual protractor.
What I will say is that I'll appear behind the curtain. I made clear at all points to give him this full title of Oni shooting Doji, because Oni shooting Doji gives a very metal first result. Shooting Doji gives a bullshit first result.
Well, if you win this, you won't be on the metalness. It'll be between Phil and Chris.
No, I just wanted to give you a little peek behind the curtain.
All right, nice. Well,
Of going back and having to stick Oni.
Exactly. I'll look inside the kimono.
Yeah, it's just a picture of Big Oni's, the pub.
How you spelling shooting?
Oni, so ONI, and then shooting SHUTEN, shooten, and Doji DOJI.
Share your screen.
Oni shooting Doji.
No, I'm not getting. SHU what?
TEN.
TEN.
Was it the one that's on Deviant Art?
I can't remember.
Like it's been done with some coloured pencil by the looks of it.
Is he sitting on like a throne or something?
He's sitting down, he's got like skulls, and it is pretty metal.
But if you just search for shooting Doji without the Oni part and see the
difference you get.
Ah, right, sorry, yeah. Like a little goblin man.
Now I've got a sexy lady anime.
Yeah, anime sexy lady stuff.
Oh, right, okay.
Yes.
Shit.
Curvy, Jerry.
Share your screen, Phil. Let's see this shit. Let the people at home see this crap.
Look at that.
Oh.
Phil, your head's over it on my screen. It looks just like you're cosplaying as a sexy anime lady.
Also dangerously close to showing off our WhatsApp group messages there.
Safe place.
Goodness gracious.
Is this a safe place?
I don't approve of that at all.
Mm.
Stop sharing. Stop sharing.
I'd say that's fairly curvy.
Say you pulled a blinder out the bag by removing some of the name and getting a very curvy result.
Mm. I think that's a good way to get around it.
Yeah.
And it means Jerry's got a point on the board. Maybe that'll fix his fucking face. Yeah.
I'm not one curvy. Come on, it's one of you guys. I think Phil's sinuous man's a bit curvy.
I mean, this is all being videoed, and it's going to be peer reviewed. We're going to be fucking dragged in front of our peers.
That's true. I mean, don't get us wrong. No one is going to watch this.
No.
Definitely not to this point.
Close up to an hour. There's no chance anyone's watching this.
Nor should they.
Well, nor should they.
Nor should they. Curvy. Right, I'll take curvy. I don't care.
Avy.
I don't care.
Cavey. Well, that gives us a draw.
Gives us a draw. We'll do the metalness real quick.
We'll do metalness real quick, and we'll do it through a shared screen so that we can.
Yeah. Why don't we do it just now? I'll look it up and then.
Cool.
Yeah.
Saving time for the people watching the video by doing it on the video.
Yeah.
So, Phil, you've got physical strength and the wild card. Chris has murderousness and disgustery.
Mm-hmm.
And I have influence.
I can't think of anything funny to write for Kirby.
Well, Jerry's sitting there with his thumb up his ass, and he's always good at those things, so why doesn't Jerry come up with some zingers? Popping another big bit of chocolate.
Phil, what was your guy called?
Amala. Amala.
Who could defeat that pleasing curve to the right?
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you, Jerry. Okay.
You talk about two pendulous orbs and a pleasing curve to the right. A man of course wins the wild card of curvishness. What is it? Curves?
Most curvy.
Most curvy.
Most curvy.
Most curvy.
I literally did go and look up a random adjective. It's like most. Click. Curvy. Cool.
Don't give that away, Chris.
This is how the sausage is made.
I've done a wee play on it, Jerry. Just to, not because yours is good, but I just want to get a reaction out of the room when I say it.
Yeah, you want to be fresh.
Yeah, exactly. New content. I'm in love with dual screen mode, by the way. Jerry is just on his own over here, and it's magnificent. You're almost life size. You're in the room with me.
Hi, Phil. Pleasing height.
As I lean in.
Okay. Joe's funny. Out of not unprompted, I didn't pass on your feedback about Roger Moore, but Paul out of nowhere just said he can't fucking kiss.
He can't kiss. He doesn't know how to do it. But I find it quite endearing. Like he'll kiss his wife, so he won't kiss another woman, even if he's been paid millions of pounds to do it. Even if he's got the weight of a franchise in his back. Like, nope, sorry.
Save my best kisses for my wife.
Save all your
kisses for... You did a wee tap and dance. Okay, so first up is physical strength. Phil, as usual, please. Physical strength. Pause.
Physical strength.
And then go into your...
Cool.
I need that pause for that boom.
Physical strength. Stronger than yesterday. Now it's nothing but his way. Amala's loneliness ain't killing him no more. He's stronger.
Wow.
Shall I just do curvy just now as well? You can put that in, or do you want to go around the room?
In fact, the next person, murderousness, can go next.
Murderousness. Killing friend and foe alike and building walls out of bodies. Cuchulainn is the murderousness.
Nice, thank you. Disgustery is next, Chris.
Disgustery. A shuddering, knee-jerking warp spasm is far more disgusting than a mink sleeping in piss and ashes.
Don't think we've ever had a category win that took a wee dig at another.
A slight.
That was maybe a respectful mention, but maybe it wasn't.
Influence. Not only seeking but succeeding in gaining influence over mankind with his beguiling tricks, his rippling abs, his sick lats, and super defined glutes, Astaroth wins influence better than a broke deck dog. And Phil, the wild card.
Wild card. Most curvy. As Willie curves to the right, Amala wins.
Well, better than Jerry's.
Punched up.
Oh, really finessed the joke. Beautiful.
There we go.
Third or fourth draft, that one.
Lots of strike throughs. Oh, can't nail it. There we go then. Do we have a winner?
I'm afraid, boys, this doesn't happen often, and I want to apologise for this because it does gum up the engine of Supernatural Entertainment System a little bit. But we do have a draw.
Oh no!
It doesn't happen often,
no.
So it's okay.
Doesn't happen often. Do we even have a method or process or a way of working around this challenge, Gavin?
Well, luckily there is a contingency in place that we have. What we're going to do is we're going to put both of the demons or beast names into Google image search. The first image that comes up is the one that we use, and whichever one is deemed the most metal is the one that wins. Now, I can see by Chris's video that he's gotten very bright. Now, unless he's gone into some sort of toxic shock, I can see that he's opening the white screen of Google there. Chris, are you willing to share your screen?
I should be sharing my screen.
Well,
no.
You're not.
I am not.
Bare your screen or bare your arse.
Allow me to press the share button.
Pseudo apt share.
There we go. Having just a quick look at Chris's tabs.
Yeah, quick, let's see them tabs.
Yep. I, of course, I'm only giving you 3 tabs. I pre-looked up this stuff.
Oh, perfect.
What's the shortcuts? What are the shortcuts?
First one, Cuchulainn.
First image.
We have this lad.
Oof, from Smite. That's pretty metal. Look at that big warp spasm going on.
Zoom that in. Zoom that shit in.
There's your warp spasm.
There's your
Terry.
boy there. Let me just
Wow.
accept these fucking cookies recklessly.
Look at that. I mean, yeah,
at that guy.
he's got
They
a
are
big
for your
lance,
benefit, Chris.
big muscles. The guy having the warp spasm in the background. Yeah, that's pretty metal.
That's a little metal. It's a little metal.
It's a little metal. Baby
I have
metal.
no idea. I've never seen an image of Amala. I'm quite interested in seeing this.
Well, let's have a
Amala.
look.
That's what we have for Amala,
I
I'm
win.
afraid, Phil. First one.
Can we click
mean,
on
she's-
let's click on the Wikipedia to see what
Yeah, let's before any jokes are made.
Amala Akineni is an Indian film actress.
She did come up when I was searching for any kind of detail around this story.
She looks lovely, Phil.
She does, but I mean, it shouldn't be.
I like
just
her
about
tracky
looks, Chris.
top. She's got a very nice tracky top.
I think we're above just commenting on women's appearance.
Of course. She's a very talented
Are we
actress, I'm
not?
sure.
So
let's
in that
go.
case, I think
Honestly.
I have to give my vote to Kukulane there for the most metal.
Has to be good.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, well, I guess that means that there's only one question left to ask.
What is real?
Kukulane
Kukulane's
is
real.
I'll get that all mixed up in the mix.
Perfect.
It'll sound amazing. Don't worry.
Yeah, so
Clap.
make it put a bit of stank on it, Gavin.
Aye,
T-Pain.
definitely. All the way under it.
So
So
Kukulane is the winner. Congratulations, Chris. And
John McClane wins.
to your
McClane,
Michael
yeah.
Reeves.
Killy can run away. Yep.
That's Kukulane warp spasming off from the paddock direct to your door.
That could also be the name of Blue's stream from earlier.
From the pad, live from the paddock.
The warp spasm.
So with that, we've wrapped up an episode, lads.
Congratulations.
But the fun does not end because we still have to record
The fun
our Patreon show,
hasn't even
Can't
begun.
wait.
Grave
No.
Boy Advance. There will be a game on there. We
There will
didn't
be.
ask for questions, so we don't have any.
There'll be a game
None.
then.
There'll be a game and
It's a
some
game.
very
Who's
frank
brought the
chat.
game?
All
Just brought the
Chris's
game.
feedback from that magazine he bought.
Yep. They promised. Well, thanks everyone for listening. If you want to pleasure yourself and get this extra show, you can by going to patreon.com/guestcast. And you can also follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/guestcast as well.
Yep.
That's only if you want to, though. You know?
They
No
should.
press.
They
No
should.
press.
A little press.
They should, but well,
A lot of press.
a little
little
tiny
press. A little
little
press.
bit of creme.
It's got to be a
fresh.
little bit of press.
My life depends on it. Please do it.
This is his last resort.
I keep eating these microphones. I need new ones.
Okay, well, so thank you very much for listening, everybody. We'll see you next episode. Do we want to choose a topic now, or do we want to just surprise these fuckers?
I don't know. I've already started waving. It
Oh,
seems
okay.
daft
Well, in
to
that
stop
case, that's
now.
the end of that then.
Bye.
We'll
Thanks
announce
so
our,
much.
our theme on the Patreon show. So
Yep.
get
And
it. And you'll know.
remember,
Yep.
right the beef.
Fright the beef.
Fried the beef.
Fried the beef.
Sync that up.
Fried the
afterwards.
beef.
No.
Bye.
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 Chris stopped recording ages ago, so
So stop recording in the middle of mine.
I'm going to stop recording now.
Right.
Save.
Ugh.
Save that.
Oh.
I think we should all stand up for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to go and take a wee sabbatical.
Oh my back.
Do you mean piss?
No. I'm going to get
I'm going
another
to just
glass of
stand up
water.
off camera, but I'm still here. But I
Yeah,
just
I'm
need
gonna
to
stand
stretch.
up.
So I can still hear what you're all saying.